Hi there. So this video is going to talk specifically about math for the next 2 weeks. That's April 13th through April 24th. So here we go. You've seen the schedule. You know that we're going to be having 2 weeks of instruction and then another week off for teachers to make plans and things like that, and then another 2 weeks of instruction, and then the kids are done. So our plan is to accomplish finishing the math book, which is awesome that we're going to be able to finish the math book still. Despite having all of these e-learning challenges. So we're going to start with chapter 15 and then we'll do chapter 16 and then they're done. So let me explain what that's going to look like. For the week of April 13th through 17th, all of their math lessons are going to populate all at once. This is because I know that there are days where you're just like, we have a crazy Tuesday, and so we need access to the lesson either early or we need it later or whatever. And so I thought it would be easier if everything just populates all at once. And then they can work their way through it. But everything is labeled really, really easily. So it says like Monday, and then it has the date of the lesson, or it has the date or the lesson that they're going to be doing. So it should be really, really simple. Excuse me. Everything is going to be running through Google Classroom. So they'll log on to Google Classroom, and then I've created 2 videos every day. The first video is basic instruction, and the second video is more examples and more in-depth instruction. So if you watch the first video and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do the practice buddy, then you just log into Pearson, and then you can do the practice buddy. But if you start doing the practice buddy and you're like, oh, I need more help or something like that, you can go back and watch that extra practice video because that's got more examples and more things that you can work with. And what was the other thing? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. So I also made this. It's called Cute Printable Math Plan. So if you wanted to, you could, if you have a printer at home, or even if you don't, you could just keep this page or whatever. But this is kind of like a checklist that you can see, and it's got every single day what they're supposed to do. And then it's got it all the way through the 24th. The 24th is a catch-up day or a fun day, depending upon if you're caught up or not. The other thing I want to talk to you about, in Pearson, you're going to see 2 assignments every day. The first one is what's called visual learning, and it's just going to walk you through the lesson again, step by step by step. It takes like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. It's not very long. It's really good instruction. And so you'll have my instruction and then you'll have the Pearson instruction. So hopefully you should be okay. And then we'll also meet every week or not every week, every day at 10 a.m. where you can ask questions about the math lesson, or if you had problems the day before, you should be good to go. But it's still the expectation that you are finishing all of those practice buddies every week. And for grown-ups who don't know what the practice buddy is, that is the coolest assignment ever, because what happens is if they get it wrong, they get to retry the same problem but just with different numbers. So maybe the first time they were adding, like, this is a really basic example, but like 4 apples and 6 oranges or whatever. Well, then the next time it's like 3 pears and 7 kiwis. I don't know. I can't think of fruits right now. So the practice buddy is a great assignment. It doesn't let them practice wrong. If you're ever having questions, you can always shoot me an email, hit me up on GChat or whatever. That might be the nerdiest sentence I've ever said. But it's just a really great way to stay in touch during this time. So that is what we will be doing in math for the next couple of weeks.